So we're troubleshooting the Tula Explore carrier in case it's not feeling comfortable. So the Tula Explore has a popper system and that's for the width of the seat for the baby that goes in there. We want it to fit our little one from the back of the knee to the back of the knee. We don't adjust it when they move from inward to outward facing. It should be on the same setting for both carrying positions. I'm going to use it on the in-between carrying position, aiming for a baby of around kind of 5 to 6 months or so. So the first thing to think about with a Tula Explore is it has a structured waistband. It's about where does it sit on your body, and where it will sit on you will vary from person to person, but it has an effect on how the carrier fits the baby. So it's really important that we get it nice and flat and that we tighten it effectively. So quite a lot of the time with the buckle being here, we give it a pull and then pick a baby up, but there's actually quite a lot of space in there. And what we really need to do is flatten the carrier against your body so that all the slack comes to the back, and pull and really work the slack of the carrier out so that it's sitting flat against your body. The second thing that we're going to do is to check the buttons on the back of the carrier here. So this needs to be on the wide setting for facing towards you in all carrying positions, and on the narrow, so the one that's further in, for facing away from you. And we're troubleshooting on facing away from you at the moment, but a lot of the tips will work for inward facing as well. So I'm going to move both of the buttons. You need to do both sides onto the narrowest button. So you end up with a carrier shape that looks a little bit like an hourglass that goes in and out again. So I'm going to take the hood of the Tula Explore off. It removes, you can store it inside the pocket in the waistband for easy access if you do use it, but it won't be used in outward facing carrying positions, so it's easier to see what I'm doing if it's not on there. So I'm going to bring my baby up against my chest and I'm going to sit them down, and you can see that the bottom is a little bit higher than the waistband here, and we can start to scoop the carrier up in between baby's knees where they're sitting. Then it should look like they've got something underneath them, like a shelf, bringing their knees up and sitting their bum down. Able to put one of the straps up onto my shoulder, just there, and the same onto this side. So when I bring my arms up behind my head, and click the carrier to fit just there. Now you can move these straps up and down, and you can make them narrower and wider. So wider would look like that, narrower would look like that, and move the straps up and down. And when I tighten up, I need to grab these two dangly ends, pull them down. It won't tighten it up, but it will move that back strap down to a place that feels good for me, and pull the carrier forwards. So that when our little one's in there, they should look like they have support from the back of the knee to the back of the knee. We can guide the little hands just here. And when we get the waistband well fitted, you can see that it's sitting very horizontal, so very much parallel with the ground, and baby looks like they're in a separate seat that's apart from where the waistband is. And that makes a huge amount of difference because it stops the weight from transferring up to these shoulder pieces up here. And if we look at the side, that's the way that it should look. If I loosen that waistband, you can start to see the effect that a loose waistband has on how the carrier fits. The waistband sags down, baby slides down inside the carrier like this, and the carrier looks longer, taller. The weight is on my shoulders, the carrier is coming up too far off over baby's face here. Their legs have gone downwards and they look taller, like they're stood up. So again, we lift and sit our baby in to the padded pieces of the carrier, flatten here and tighten up that waistband underneath, and that will make a huge amount of difference on how the carrier feels. I hope that helps.